I think that a lot of times in our community, in the transgender community, we get, I guess you could say, overly wrapped up in our feelings. Okay, especially me, I know that I can definitely get that way. We get overly wrapped up in our feelings. Okay, when it comes to our gender identities and who we are, and when somebody is asking themselves, am I transgender? Okay, that's a very important question that all of us have asked ourselves or are asking ourselves. Am I transgender? And you know what? Personally, I think it's really easy. I mean, we do need to explore our feelings. Our feelings are very important, and that's a very big part of this. But I think that we get overly wrapped up in our feelings when we're asking ourselves that question. And you know what? I honestly think that there is a much more simple answer to, what does it mean to be transgender? To are you transgender? And it really is this. I think, you know, does the way that you live your life at times communicate to people around you that you're a woman? That's really what it comes down to. It may not be full time. Okay, I know plenty of transgender women that absolutely think of themselves as transgender women, but they work as men in their jobs. They work as men, or maybe they're self-employed, and to some of their clients they present as women, and some of their bigger clients don't know yet, and they don't want to take the loss of income, so they still present male to those guys. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. So it doesn't need to be full time, but at times there's the way that you dress, your clothes, your name that you go by, whatever. Do you do things and you're doing them because you want people to see you as a woman? Because if that's true, if that's what's going on, it doesn't really matter, what your feelings are. Okay, I always say, behaving transgender is being transgender. Okay, that if if you walk like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. Okay, if you're living your life and through your actions being transgender, well, then you are transgender. You don't need to wonder. Okay, I mean, it's like if you're watching football and liking it, well, then you're a sports fan. I mean, it's kind of as simple as that. And so we might be sitting there, we're living our life, we're identifying as women, we're doing all these things, and we're wondering, does this mean that I'm transgender? And we're doing all these things. Well, yeah, it does. I mean, that's transgender is all about our gender identities, and our identities aren't just how we feel, but it's what we communicate. Okay? It's like I'm saying, I'm Sydney. That's my identity. Okay? I am a transgender woman. That's my identity. So I'm telling you that. Okay? That's not just a feeling. That's an actual thing. Okay? So anyway, that's my feeling on it, that it's really much more simple. It's good to be in touch with your feelings and to think about your feelings. But if you're wondering if you're transgender, it really just comes down to, how you're living your life. And it doesn't need to be full time. But are there times when you are doing things that communicate to people on purpose? Because nobody's accidentally communicating that they're a woman, okay? But you're doing things because you are communicating to the world around you, I'm a woman. Well, then you are transgender. Anyway, those are my thoughts.